Janet Jackson just announced that she will not be able to finish her tour in the near future because she has something going on. She made some bizarre, like, 40-second video where she's like, I can't go on tour anymore. I have to reschedule these dates because I'm planning my family. Tee that fucking annoying shit. What she should have said was the truth. She should have come out and been like, I can't finish my tour because none of you are buying tickets. I can't fill seats, so it's kind of hard playing to an empty room with just 4 or 5 screaming queens in the front row. It's just, that makes me very uncomfortable. 6 or 7 little homosexuals dancing up and down, singing every word of my song. But where are all the people that used to love me in 1988? Look, Janet Jackson has got major, major accomplishments under her belt. She doesn't need to be doing this touring shit anymore. Quite frankly, she's too old for it. And she's not relevant enough. Now, I know what you're thinking. There are other people out there who are touring, not relevant enough anymore, like Madonna and shit like that. But I have to say, for Grandma over there, Grandma knows how to put on a show, Madonna. She puts on some, because she knows that she's not enough. If you wheel her ass out on the stage and have her sing a few ballads, come on, Vogue, let your body move to the music. Oh, I can tell when it's raining now when my bones hurt. And, she has backup dancers. She has people doing Cirque du Soleil. She has, fucking flaming dancers shooting fire out of their assholes and stuff that'll entertain your ass. So you pretty much don't see her the whole time. Janet hasn't really found that niche. Janet kind of did it in the mid-90s when she was really, really super popular, like back in the days when she just had, I think it was just called the Janet album, where she had those hits like If and That's the Way Love Goes and all that shit. She had her niche there for a second, but even then, she always did the same show. She had sexy dancing, and then all of a sudden she would do the ballad, and she would take that moment in the middle of the ballad, that one song I think was, Clear from a friend today, and you said, I forgot what this, again. She would do the same pause in every concert in every city. Like, she would get, don't you stand there and then tell me not to. Something, something again. And then, all the fucking idiots in the audience would hoop and holler because she would pretend like she was really acknowledging them for 5 seconds. When really, she was probably just passing a fart. That's what I think she was actually doing at the time. Like, she'd been holding, when you dance and you jog, I mean, that amps up your bowels. I mean, it's kind of, when I fart like a motherfucker. You should see me at the gym. Don't ever be behind me on a treadmill because you're fucked. But yeah, I mean, she's not able to sustain it. She kind of dropped off in the mid-90s, and she never really regrouped and came back, as far as I'm concerned. She didn't have another hit, really. She never had another hit album, as far as I know. So I think it was kind of ballsy of Janet Jackson in the first place to assume that she could go out and fill stadiums and shit, when even, like I said, Grandma still, I mean, she's making a lot of money, Madonna, but she's having trouble. This hasn't been her best tour. It's time for her ass to stop, too. Leave it to the kids. Leave it to fucking Taylor Swift and her, happy for everybody, insidious ass. I don't trust that chick. Anybody who's that happy all the time and that nice, I don't trust your ass. She's like fucking kicking puppies whenever she sees one, and she kills small babies in her basement for fun. But yeah, Janet, stop, Janet. No more. You just go chill, go raise your kids with whoever you're dating now. I hope this one doesn't punch you around. What a weird fucking family that is. Oh my God. First there was Michael. Love Michael Jackson. We all have to recognize he's a genius. So you say I never say anything nice about anybody. I love Michael Jackson. I love that child molester. He's the best. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. I love him. I actually do not believe that Michael Jackson fucked around with kids, because I believe that Michael Jackson didn't fuck around with anybody. I don't believe he ever, I don't think he even touched his own penis. I think he was always rich enough to have somebody just, kind of pull it out, be like, ew, I don't want to see it. I have to go pee-pee tinkles. Please pull it out. Like, I don't think he wanted anything to do with another region at all. I don't think he ever masturbated. I don't think he ever, come on. Can you see Michael Jackson popping out a porno like, oh man, I'm going to pump out a couple nuts tonight. He would have made that noise. Shimon! But he was a genius. But he was weird. This is the same guy. This is from the same family. Michael Jackson was the guy who said, no, I haven't dyed my skin. We all change. I don't know how much he expects the regular public to believe back then, but it was like, well, when was the last time? That would be like me turning black. Like, you saw me, I'm coming here with blackface. I'm like, what? What the fuck are you talking about? No, I didn't put blackface on. We all change sometimes. Skin doesn't stay the same. What are you, a fucking asshole? But I did defend Michael Jackson back in the day when I used to have like the schoolyard arguments and shit like that. He didn't fuck around with those kids. He had no interest in kids. He had no interest in pussy. All he liked to do was ride around on a train to pretend he was 6 years old because he was deranged. But he was a great singer, great performer. You can't touch him. One of the best. Love his songs. And then Janet's ass came back. I mean, she had been gone for a while. She was in the 80s with her chubby ass, kind of, just say, control, control. And then she did Rhythm Nation. She started really getting in the groove. Paula Abdul taught her how to dance, and then her career went shit. So, and then in the mid-90s, Janet Jackson was out there fucking, remember she had like the tight belly. She was so hot. So hot. She's still hot for her age. She's really hot. I'll give her that much. But the rest of that family, shit, you had LaToya squealing on everybody's ass. Remember, my dad raped me, Janet beat me, and she used to stick a brush with the bristle end up my ass just for fun and laugh at me, and Tito would tap dance on my head while she did it. Fucking no one knew what was wrong with her, but then they let her back into the fold of the family. Listen, if that had been my brother or sister and they came making ridiculous bullshit about me and wrote books about me, I don't care if they had an abusive husband and sister like that. Fuck you. You're not coming near me anymore. I don't trust you. Because who knows what you're going to do next. I think that, member LaToya used to wear that bandana around her head that fucking cut off the circulation. She had that like psychic bandana. Fucking. Then wasn't there another one, another girl, like Ruby or Rebe? She had like one hit in the 80s and then, I don't know, I guess, Joe Jackson realized she wasn't worth a shit and maybe they took her out back hill or somewhere because you never heard from her again. And there were, the rest of the brothers you got to feel bad for. I mean, they could never, ever, ever live up to Michael. You had the one, and I can't remember if it was Tito or Jermaine, who used to have just a Jerry curl always slapped down the face. He always looked like he was fucking melting. He was disgusting. And then there were a few others, and they were always like, they were always hitting Michael Jackson up, like, please tour with us again. Nobody else wants to see us, please. He's like, no, I can't. I'm reliving my childhood. I didn't have one. But Janet had done really well, and you know what? Take this away, Janet. You are the most sane of the Jacksons, and that is something to be said from that crazy batshit family. I mean, crazy batshit successful and shit, successful too, God. But crazy and batshit, and she actually came out of it pretty fucking normal. Like Janet Jackson, I could see hanging out with. None of the other Jacksons. Like, is it Michael back in the day? God rest his soul and shit like that. If you're a kid, he might have seemed really cool. Like you get to go on all the, rides and, hope that he doesn't give you NyQuil and play, grab ass with you. I'm fucking kidding. I'm kidding. I know people are going to get pissed off again. Fuck it. Whatever. But I could see how kids would think he was cool. As an adult, not so much fun to hang out with. He's probably really shy. The rest of the jealous brothers, LaToya, who just lies every 5 seconds about something and pops up on Celebrity Apprentice now and then, boring. Janet would be the go-to chick to hang out with, the most normal. Take that to heart. You have done enough. You have had enough number ones. You paved the way in some ways. Well, in a lot of ways, you did. You and Grandma paved the way as far as for female artists, I believe. So just take that accomplishment. Nobody else is going to have that accomplishment. Nobody can ever take that away from you. Just relax and stop making up these bullshit videos about I'm going to reschedule my tour dates. No, nobody's buying tickets. Just say nobody's buying tickets. Yeah. So, that's it. Later.